Hi everyone, this is Frequency Bone Summer Music Connection 8, week 2 of the recovery series. So you heard me basically play my first notes of the day today, and last week you heard me play my first notes after figured it out. It was 10 weeks since I had played the trombone. So 2.5 months. That's a long time for me. Actually, it was probably closer to 11 weeks. But anyway. And then you heard those first few notes. There's obviously a difference between last week and this week. In fact, this isn't exactly a week. It's probably 9 days. Something like that. Since my first recovery video series. Each day it feels stronger, not weaker. And I'm convinced, that's because I'm actually really letting it organically unfold. Really letting it organically unfold. And what I mean by that is I'm not saying to myself, okay, now it's time for Arbans. Now it's time for Roshu's down an octave. Or anything like that. 1 second. Trying to make something appeared on my screen. Okay. Anyway, sorry about that. That's the way it goes. That's real life, isn't it? Things come and things go. Don't they? And a lot of times, we want things to look so professional that we actually can squeeze the life out of it, the essence out of it. Not all things that are professional have that quality, okay, just to say, but a lot of times we're so concerned about how is this coming across that we can't let something real, like something flash in front of my screen that had me concerned for a second. So forgive me for that little interruption, or forgive my computer, or my lack of managing all the files on it. Anyway, each day I was getting stronger because I was saying I'm letting it naturally unfold. In other words, playing in a way that I'm sensing what I need. I'm sensing what I need. And even though I'm basically doing my warm-up, it's slightly different. But I will say that last week when I said, a lot of squiggles going on, those squiggles are lessening, and they're starting to take more a defined shape. Not quite. It's a little more defined because I have more strength and more control to be able to hold things out with different shapes other than just squiggles. And so that's very curious to me. I think it says something important about being able to let yourself not feel so solid if you're not feeling solid physically. Okay? My little parrot in the background. Atlantis. And so, if things need to be a little more fluid, a little more liquid-like, let's not try to make it too solid too soon. Let's go from liquids to semi-solids to maybe having the ability to get a little more solid and then move on to having different expressions. So, let me play a little bit more and see what comes up. It's been a very interesting week. Some days I played 10 minutes. Some days I let it go to 20. And a few of the last 3 days, I've let it go to where it's like maybe 40, but there's a lot of maybe 3, 4-minute breaks during that time as well. And I haven't played very high, okay, or anything too taxing at all. Just kind of letting certain things flow. Certain parts of the warm-up naturally just want to keep coming. And other times I feel like playing other melodic things within the range that feels comfortable. So I'm making sure that just there's a connection physically and mentally and emotionally the whole time. Just the whole package of myself continuing in a synchrony with no undue strain on any one part. So let me play a little bit more. Feels nice, natural, fluid, not a struggle to keep things moving fluidly. That particular range feels nice. It's getting, with stability, obviously the embouchure and the air support are coming together in such a way that things are stabilizing at the physical level, yet more vibration is being activated because of it. And so the sound is getting more overtones, it's getting more resonant. And I'm just embracing each sound instead of thinking I have to produce a particular sound. It's fun playing the con right now. I'm even playing, I decided, last week when I first picked it up, I'm just going to play my 5GS. Now, it's a Greg Black 5GS. And it feels really nice. And I'm thinking, why do I have to keep getting bigger and bigger mouthpieces just because I get stronger? Well, sometimes you feel like you grow out of a mouthpiece because things starting to get more muscle, and therefore you want to have a mouthpiece that can take more muscle and have more room for the resonating to actually take place, instead of feeling maybe quite so confined. But right now I'm liking this relaxed confinement, not imprisonment. Doesn't feel like a prison. It feels like it has a comfortable place to be. A comfortable place to be. Let me play a little more. And articulation, playing more detached. That kind of articulation is feeling easier as well. Slurs are starting to feel more like they're staying together. And that's, I find, happening because I've done so much time doing glissandos, which I love doing. It just connects everything together. You get to, kind of smooth out some of the bumps by keeping everything so fluid. And then when you're doing natural slurs to maintain some of that fluidity. And, one of my great inspirations for natural slurs was Chester Schmidt's. Phenomenal natural slurs. It's beautiful natural slurs. Ron Barron, also beautiful natural slurs. And so some of the physical benefit of being able to do good natural slurs is obviously having the support systems ready, moving, and the embouchure in a way where the hinge joints are nicely in place so the rest of the embouchure can have a movement within them. People say a solid embouchure, nothing should move. Well, that's a bunch of, I don't know what, something. I don't find that accurate. It's the kind of movement. Now, actually, I think I forgot that I hadn't played in a while, and I decided to do one of those slurs. That wasn't too bad. Usually I'm not doing that during this time. I'm doing more of the things I just did. I'll do a few more. That was interesting. I was starting to feel my embouchure getting a little bit stiffer. And I'm not sure if that was happening because I wasn't taking as full a breath as I could have and starting to just kind of rely more on the weight of the physiology and the weight of the mouthpiece on my embouchure. So all these things, recovering or taking time to get back after an extended time off, get a chance to go under the hood a little bit, see how things are working, understand maybe more of what you've come to in the past about what works and what doesn't work, at the same time leaving yourself open for a new discovery. And play a little bit more. the highest note I've gotten to. So I went to an F sharp and G. Actually, the second day that I was playing, I thought, I feel like I can hit a high F. So I did. But it was one of these little boop, which I love doing. I could probably do it now. But I'm not going to. Because I want to get in the habit of just things kind of moving and gradually connecting from low to high. Gradually connecting. So that vibrational thread stays. That thread stays like a pulley with, I don't know, ropes and stuff. It's just, there's something always staying. And so that's a bit of it for now. It's just kind of happening, naturally moving into more of a form in my practice as it feels natural. And we'll see what happens next week. Have a good week.